Kids want to learn about Eclipse Day. They think it's cool. They want to find out what's going on. And that's why we are currently being joined by Roosevelt Elementary fifth grade teacher, Miss Sage Wood, to talk about what she has in store for her students. Thank you for joining us, Miss Wood.
Of course. Good morning. We're very excited
Absolutely.
today.
Yes, Eclipse Day. What a rare occasion, right? Or an exciting occasion, I should say. So, to my understanding, you have or your students have experienced some special treatment or special lesson about Solar Eclipse Day. What can you tell us about this lesson that your students received?
Yeah, so we've actually been getting them ready for quite a while about this. It's great because our standards include the sun, moon, and earth as a system. So, actually,
Mhm.
in March, we had the Imagination Station from Toledo come, and the kiddos got to actually like make diagrams of the earth, moon, and sun. And so they were really able
Wow.
to see like how, revolution, rotation, and how a solar eclipse happens. So that was really great for them to get to experience that as like a little preview. They got to learn about solar eclipse glasses, and they actually tried them on in the room, and they were like, "We can't see anything." And we were like, "You will be able to," and it's the eclipse. So, and then we're going to continue to celebrate today. We're going to be reading some
Mhm.
poetry. We're going to be reading some nonfiction articles about it and kind of comparing them and really talking about why this is occurring and why this is really special. And we'll get to go out and experience it at different times today. And it'll
Mhm.
actually be the most right at dismissal. So that'll be kind of cool.
Wow, wow. It seems like there's a lot going on there. Even with that diagram thing that you just showed me, that looked kind of nice. That whole
Yeah.
thing right there. That's something that I would want to keep, frame up and whatnot. Yeah, just to show people I've done it. But that's very interesting. And with them being in the fifth grade, this is just one of those things that they'll remember for a long time. That's that type of information. Like anytime it happened, you're like, I remember learning about solar eclipses and we
Yeah.
did this and that. But I want to go back to the Toledo Imagination Station. You said they came from Toledo to visit your students. Why? How did your students here in the greater Kegel Bar area? How did they get selected for this
So
participation thing?
I actually reached out to our PTO, and there we have an
Uh,
amazing PTO. And so, in place of going on a field trip, we actually had
mhm.
the field trip come to us. And so it was awesome when they came. So that was great. It was actually snowing when they came, and they still made it up all the way here. It was a long drive for them, but
That's
it was great having
dedication.
them up here.
Yes, that's dedication. That's
Yeah,
dedication, and that's nice. I
yeah,
love that you actually chose to do this for your students, and you wanted to get them to really learn more about this solar eclipse. And then, like you said, comparing not just this being a great moment for us all to view together, but also just learn about the sun and the moon and the earth and their relation. What did
yeah.
they learn just in general about their relationship, the earth, the moon, and the sun relationship, just outside of the solar eclipse?
So we did a lot with shadows and actually going outside and tracing shadows and seeing how shadows change and talking about time of day with that. And we
Hmm.
talked a lot about moon phases, and they actually their homework was to go outside and observe the moon and illustrate the moon. And we talked about constellations. And so this was such a great tie-in to what we're already teaching, and now they get to experience not just like on paper and through
Hmm.
images, but actually in real life. So,
I know, right? I know. Joining us right now from Roosevelt Elementary School, Miss Sage Wood, talking about the lesson plan and the things that her fifth grade students have learned about the solar eclipse going on today. One thing that you did mention also, Miss Wood, you said something about you're going to read fiction or nonfiction books about the solar eclipse and kind of compare to get a little bit more in depth about that process and reading those books and why.
yeah, so we chose a book called A Few Beautiful Minutes by Kate Allen Fox, which is a poem about it. And then we chose an article by the Associated Press that was modified by a website called Newsy LA, and it's called Getting Ready for April Solar Eclipse.
Hmm.
And so we're able to take those two things and kind of see how um, why solar eclipses are so special and why someone would want to write a poem about a solar eclipse. And
Mm.
then just kind of compare what we can take away about a solar eclipse and their significance and their purpose and how unique and special they are that we get to experience one today.
Yes, I was that kind of stood out to me because the nonfiction part is kind of just taking it to like an imaginary, just like a creative kind of space, and just taking it just beyond our natural realm of belief in some
Yeah.
sort of way. So I can completely understand that perspective, and I'm glad you brought that up. Any additional things that the students have learned, things going on that you want to tell the community in regards to the solar eclipse and what they all learn, or just in general what you have going on for the students?
I think it's just super special that between the public library and between our PTO, we were able to get glasses for all the kids in the school. I know
Hmm.
we're all planning to go outside and get to experience it. And so I'm just really excited that the kids are going to have this memory. So I think it's going to be a great day, as long as the clouds stay away.
I know. Real quick, so the research that I've done, the solar eclipse glasses kind of look like the 3D glasses that you would get in a movie. Is it
Yeah,
sure?
they
Is
do.
that really it?
Yeah, that's
Wow.
what they look like. Yeah, so it was really
Well, that's
funny. We had them put them on in like
right.
back in March. We let them try them on, and they were like, "We can't see anything," and they learned that they're like 1,000 times darker than regular sunglasses. And we were
Hmm.
like, "Don't worry, when we go
Mm.
outside, you'll be able to see something." So,
Right. It's so that it doesn't blind you, kids. We still can't look at the sun.
right,
Exactly. That's great
right.
information. Well, thank you again from Roosevelt Elementary, Miss Sagewood, talking about her fifth grade class students, just what they learned about the solar eclipse today on April 8th. Thank you again for your time today, Miss Wood.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.